Hi, I'm Jim McLaughlin. Welcome to Connect, your guide to community engagement in Southwest Florida. If you're looking for ways to get out into your community and get involved in ways that will help out area animals, you've tuned into the right show. Each week, we show you different ways to engage, from the arts to living green to regional getaways. A love of dogs prompted this Southwest Floridian to bring his marketing expertise out of retirement.
Even those who aren't really looking for a pet can find it difficult to resist the allure of playful kittens or the charms of an affectionate and appreciative purebred dog. Such animals seem made to melt even the hardest of hearts. At the Humane Society Naples, there's an ever-changing array of heart-melting dogs and cats. Not surprisingly, the cutest and prettiest among them always seem to get adopted quickly. Sadly, brief stays at the shelter aren't always the case for other animals, those that are older, less attractive, or with physical or behavioral problems. And that reality started volunteer Bob Hooper thinking about a way to help. His solution was to establish the Cider House Society All-Star Pooch Program.
What we tried to do was get our potential adopters to take a second look at these dogs that weren't quite as attractive. Because most people come in here almost like shopping for a new car. They have a predetermined idea of what they want in a dog, and they make a snap decision. What we tried to do with the Cider House Society was get them to take a second look at the less attractive dogs, the long-termers.
Hooper started the Cider House Society in February of 2008, and it became an instant success.
We started with 6 dogs who had an average stay with us of 6 months to over a year. And as I said, our goal was to get them adopted by the end of our first year, and they went in 90 days. And to date, in the first 16 months since we've started the program, we've had 43 dogs gone home.
Dogs are recommended for the All-Star program by the Humane Society's dog handlers, who spend the most time walking and working with the animals.
I rely on the handlers who work with the dogs every day. Never question their judgment. If they say a dog should be in the All-Star Society, we never doubt it. What they're telling us is, in their opinion, they think this dog needs some help, that needs some marketing to find a good home.
To encourage people to take that all-important second look at the Cider House dogs, the program includes financial incentives.
One of the incentives is a reimbursement of their adoption fee. So if the dog adoption fee was $75, if you still have the dog after 30 days and intend to keep the dog for life, we'll reimburse that $75.
Adopters also receive $200 in training services or in veterinary care at the Humane Society's full-service animal clinic. To make sure the match is a good one, the Society's adoption counselors work with potential adopters.
They truly are counselors. It's not just coming into a store and picking out what you want and paying for it. We talk to people quite a long time, sometimes hours at a time and over a few days, about the animal that's just right for them. We want to have a perfect match with the animals and the right family.
Sometimes those matches are downright heartwarming. The first All-Star to be adopted was a large lab named Yugi that had a bad leg and a pronounced limp, hardly an enticement.
But a lady came in one day named Lois who had just fractured her leg. She was on crutches. She was in a cast, and of course she had a limp. And she fell in love with Yugi, and they limped out of here together.
The same sort of determined activism that prompted Hooper to create the Cider House program is what brought the Humane Society to Naples in the first place.
The Humane Society Naples started in the early 1960s with a group of ladies who went down to the city pound in the city of Naples and just found it very unsatisfactory for a place for stray and lost dogs to be kept and cats. So they decided to create the Humane Society of Naples back then.
Because the facility, located on the edge of Naples Airport, was established as a no-kill shelter, the emphasis has always been on finding homes for all the animals. In 2008, nearly 1,500 animals were adopted out. With numbers like that, it's no surprise that everyone connected with the Humane Society is a staunch supporter of spaying and neutering.
One of the main missions that we have here is making sure that we get the overpopulation of dogs and cats in our community in check. There are far too many animals that in this country and in our county that go to facilities that are euthanized, and that's because people are not spaying and neutering their pets.
So many of those unwanted litters are brought to the Humane Society that when the new shelter building was constructed in the late 1990s, the old building was renovated to serve as an intake facility. Here, veterinarians examine new animals, attending to any medical problems before they are transferred to the shelter. The Humane Society holds special events regularly to encourage pet adoptions, waiving or reducing adoption fees to mothers on Mother's Day, for instance. But even with these incentives, it's the cute ones that get adopted first.
We had a lot of adoptions on Sunday, didn't we?
Oh, Sunday was great. About 17.
17 went home. Wow, this kitten room was filled with kittens, and now there's just a few, which is great. They went home to families.
That's why the Cider House All-Star program is making such a difference. If people come in with their hearts set on a particular type of dog, the counselors don't interfere. But if the adopters are open-minded, the counselors explain the program and help them explore options.
The whole premise of the Cider House Society is to give our dogs a second chance. Get people to look beyond the physical attractiveness or lack of it to the personality of the dog. And that's what our counselors do a great job of.
The success of Cider House prompted other volunteers to develop the Cozy Care Cat Club, a similar program for the Humane Society's long-term resident felines.
At the Humane Society Naples, we have over 300 volunteers that help us every day. Those are all active volunteers, and on any one day you'll see 5, 10, 15, 20 volunteers doing all sorts of things to help us.
As is often the case, the activism and volunteering yield benefits all around.
I think it goes beyond adopting dogs. What we've learned is not only how to help difficult to adopt dogs get adopted, but to get beyond physical appearance, to take a second look. And we've learned a lot about human nature, that if we can get people to get beyond the physical attractiveness and dig into the personality of the animal, they may just find they're the best friend for life.
Bob Hooper wanted to do more than support the Humane Society Naples. Like the women who founded the shelter, he wanted to make a difference in the community. His Cider House Society All-Star Pooch program has done just that and made a lot of families and dogs happy in the process.